Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back. So today I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about just something that I've been going through. I know a lot of other YouTubers and just people in the industry that this is something that we kind of go through. I guess it's kind of like weird grouping myself with that. Just because it's like I'm not even like, I don't have like 500,000 subscribers, I don't have 1 million subscribers, and I know those YouTubers that are kind of at that level, they experience a lot of this, they experience a lot of animosity and comments and just different things on Facebook and different social media platforms. So yeah, I kind of wanted to address that today, just YouTube haters and just kind of like haters in general that you deal with when you just really start making moves and start trying to, live your life and bettering yourself and accomplishing the things that you want to do. So also, before I jump into it really quick, I am almost at 1,000 subscribers. So if you're new to this channel, hey, welcome. Hit that subscribe button below. When I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a Q&A, just let you guys know a little bit more about me, as well as doing a massive giveaway along with that. Go ahead and click the notifications button below. That way you can be updated when I do new videos. So back into the topic at hand. So I think my first experience with like, a hater, at least one that I could actually like pinpoint myself, was I think when I put out like my very first mixtape. I was really ecstatic about it, and I remember I was contacting this one producer and he kind of had like this contest like, okay, I'm gonna put out a beat, as many people as possible can take this beat and do kind of like a remix to it and do their version and put it out on SoundCloud. And I was like, oh, this could be a perfect opportunity for my mixtape. I'm really excited about this beat, whatever. So, I had already recorded my version, and then somehow some other guy that was doing the beat got a hold of my information somehow and started, blowing me up and saying, hey, I really want to work with you. I really want you on this track with me, blah, blah, blah. I'm doing such and such's, beat as well. And, I wanted to know if you wanted to kind of collab on it. And I was like, well, I already did my version, but, what do you need? I mean, it wasn't like a contest or anything like that. So I just figured, hey, if I do my version and then I could do like his version, it could be like a remix, I just thought it could be really cool. And the first thing that he said to me, I remember, was, I was thinking that you could do a verse or something like that, and can you sound like Nicki Minaj? And I was just like, what? Like, I don't know, it was kind of a shock to me. Yeah, I kind of felt a little bit disrespected just because, as an artist, you kind of expect that when somebody hits you up to kind of collaborate with you or to work with you, that they've taken, some effort to go and check through the things that you've done, go and checked on, what kind of shows that you do or what kind of music, listened or looked at your artwork or, something. And he really didn't do that. He just kind of like heard through the grapevine kind of what I do and was kind of like expecting me to, jump at it, jump at this opportunity to work with him. I had never heard of him. And it wasn't like he was really popping on SoundCloud or anything like that anyways. So I respectfully declined and was like, yeah, that's not really what I do, but if you kind of like want to work on some other, stuff, we can or whatever. He was just kind of like, blew off the whole situation, was kind of like whatever. So fast forward a little bit later, I had already put out my mixtape and that ended up being one of the songs on it. So I uploaded it to SoundCloud, it was on there, and I was like really excited and proud of it, and I was performing the song already, and here he comes. I don't even think his version is done yet, and he's like commenting like multiple times on my video, like back to back, like, oh, I would have gone in so much harder on this, oh, this is weak, this is blah blah, whatever it was. And like 3 times in a row, like 3 comments on SoundCloud. And I remember just being so shocked, like, wow, somebody is that much bothered by what I do and is bothered so much about, the work that I'm doing, that they would take time out of their day to comment and to, make negative comments and let the world know, that they feel this specific way about something that I'm doing. And for me, like, honestly, part of me was like a little bit amused and the other part of me was so confused. Like, honestly, for me growing up, like, I didn't have many friends. Like, I was kind of an introvert. I had like social anxiety growing up, and I did not have like a lot of friends. I think there was like a period in junior high where I like hung out with a girl who was very popular and who was very well known, and so because of that, people just kind of like knew me, but they weren't really like friends really with me. And then, all throughout high school, like, I was a loner. Like, all throughout elementary school, I had like my 2 little friends I kind of like clung to. And so for me, it was just like I was used to kind of being in the shadows, like nobody really knowing, deep down who I was. I mean, they knew that I did either dance or choir or something, but nobody really knew me, and it wasn't like people were inviting me constantly to go places or like excited about me. I was just kind of like a shadow. And so for me, you know, doing my music and trying to get myself out there, getting out of like my little comfortable box, it was just such a shock to me to have somebody do that. So, you know, fast forward to now, it's like I'm doing YouTube, and you know, I've been doing it for almost 2 years now. It's just weird that, you know, I recently had somebody comment on a video, and they were like, you know, you be this, blah, 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 this stupid video, something, 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 it's too long, whatever. And I was so confused. I'm like, oh my gosh, you hated my video and you sat through the whole thing, all 10, 11, 12 plus 15 minutes? Like, wow, like I honestly was curious about this person. I started asking them questions. I was like, this is my first like YouTube troll. And I kind of said it with a little bit of sarcasm, but honestly, I was really, really curious. And he was like, I'm sure this is not your first time getting a YouTube troll, whatever it was. And like we ended up having this long conversation, and he was just really angry. And then at the end of it, he was just like, okay, this is getting boring, I'm out. And I was just like, wow, I was really curious about you and your thoughts and ideas and how you came to this conclusion that I ruined your life with my 10-minute video. Like I was honestly confused. And I mean, I feel like because I haven't had so many experiences with quote unquote haters, at least not ones that I really knew of, because in my mind, I was just nobody, and I felt like people kind of saw me as a nobody. So I know that's a weird thing to say, but honestly, it's like when you're kind of an introverted person, or you're somebody who's kind of like a recluse, like you're kind of a loner, you're kind of in your own little world. If people act certain ways, you know, other people would be able to pinpoint it immediately and say, oh, they're jealous of you, they're mad because you're doing this and this, you know, they're envious. I really like that part of my brain wasn't fully developed, I feel like. So I kind of went through life just thinking like, oh, maybe that person's having a bad day, when in reality it's just they were feeling some sort of way about me, but I didn't even know. So fast forward, you know, full adulthood, you know, me doing YouTube, me trying to do shows and performances and stuff. You know, I feel like not necessarily like people are coming out of the woodwork, but honestly in the entertainment industry, it's weird because you can start from the get-go with somebody that you know and that you love and respect as an artist, and you guys could like glue yourselves together and walk through the fiery pits of the industry together. And all of a sudden, you know, a year, 2 years, 3, 4 years later, all of a sudden you're realizing that they really are like envious towards you, and they feel a certain way, and like the things that you do upset them or frustrate them, or they always seem to kind of have like this level of animosity towards you. And it's weird because for me, I was just like, you know, I thought we were in this together. I thought we were really trying to help each other, but I didn't see all along that these relationships were kind of becoming one-sided. And so I feel like because of that, you know, I've just been really having a hard time really connecting with people in the industry the way that I used to. Not necessarily because I'm jaded, but I feel like I'm catching on now, and I'm starting to realize like, wow, like it runs deep. Like you get an opportunity that other people don't get, and the claws come out. Or, you know, they get an opportunity and you're happy for them, and they're like scared to get close to you or whatever, because they think like, oh, are they being fake? Are they trying to hide it? Whatever. But honestly, I've come to the conclusion in my life, out of all the little life that I've lived, I've come to the conclusion that clearly not everything is for everybody. And I know it sounds like, well, duh. No, but seriously, I have to step back and look at that situation, and anytime I feel like a little bit of weirdness going on in me, like, why do I feel this way? Like, they're winning, they're doing their thing. I really have to think about it and be like, is this even something that I want? Like, is this even something that I feel like I would be good at? You know, like somebody gets an opportunity to audition for some sort of musical or some sort of whatever, and I'm like, we don't even want to do that. Like we are an introverted person. We are just happy at, you know, the happiest can be, recording in the studio and doing our little thing and like submitting and doing whatever. That is not our thing. We don't even want to do that. So we shouldn't even feel a certain way. And I feel like as humans, we kind of get in this whole like dichotomy in a way of just like, I don't know, thinking that if somebody gets an opportunity, we're like, ooh, 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 like, where's mine? Is it my turn yet? Is it my turn yet? And it, you know, it's kind of like these little toddlers kind of like going at it with each other, when in reality, it's not necessarily the opportunity that you want, it's the attention that kind of goes along with it. And so I feel like that's kind of been one of my biggest findings, just kind of in the industry and just having industry friends, is like realizing not everything is for you, and realizing that just because somebody else has an opportunity and you feel like you're maybe not doing as well, it's because you kind of miss that attention, or you miss the sense of feeling like you're being productive or feeling like your career is progressing. And because of that, that kind of creates the animosity, not necessarily the event in itself. Because if it's something that you're not even interested in, or something that typically you wouldn't even strive for or be going after, then there's no reason for you to really be upset. And so I'm not angry and I'm not jaded, but honestly, it's just been so eye-opening, because I'm just like, I didn't know that people were paying attention. Like, I'm over here in my little bubble, and I'm just like having my head down and like trying to hustle. And you know, there's just been so many things going on in my life, just like friendships that have been lost, issues with work and everything else. And so I've always just taught myself to just keep my head down, work on it, hustle, try to progress and better myself. And I feel like I spend so much time and I'm so consumed in that I don't even really pay attention to like necessarily what other people are doing until I get on Instagram and I'm like, oh, so-and-so had this interview, or so-and-so did this. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I should go congratulate them, because I haven't even been paying attention. I don't even know what goes on in people's lives. And I have, you know, other people that come up and say, oh, did you know so-and-so did this? Or have you been checking on so-and-so and seeing what they're doing and this and that? What do you think about that? And I'm like, honestly, I don't think anything yet. I didn't even know. So I'm just trying to constantly develop myself and constantly deal with haters. If you are a fresh and new YouTuber and you're kind of starting to experience hate, I would just honestly say that, hey, you know, I guess you're doing something right, because people that are normally and typically out of your realm of, you know, people that normally watch your videos, whether it's like mostly family and friends and like their acquaintances and their kind of network, and they kind of have an idea of who you are, and so because of that, they're very, very supportive. So that just means you're stepping out of your typical network of people that would normally, you know, praise you or encourage you in what you're doing. And I mean, that's great, because at the end of the day, you know, we're trying to reach people and find those that are part of our tribe in a way, who don't know us, who would be excited about what we're doing and would be excited about, you know, finding somebody who's just as weird or just as different or just as, you know, exciting or whatever that you are as well. But I feel like those are kind of like my main things, like always be respectful. Just know that it's not you, it's whatever they're dealing with. They feel like they're, you know, they need attention or they need a certain opportunity, but it really deep down has nothing to do with you. Because if it did, if you made a video and they didn't agree, they could respectfully disagree with you. You know why? Because you stated something that I said that you did not agree with. There's no problem with that. Grown-ups have discussions all the time. It's when you're specifically attacking that person that it becomes like this whole like you thing, like you have issues, you have this, you have that. So that's a personal issue that they have to deal with that has nothing to do, you know, with me, or for you guys that are doing YouTube, it has nothing to do with you, or for those of you that are in the entertainment industry, that really has nothing to do with you, you know, either. Guys, let me know below if you've ever experienced, you know, any haters in your life, whether you're in the industry, whether you're, you know, a YouTuber or an athlete or artist or whatever. Comment below, let me know your guys' experiences, and let's kind of get a discussion going on. So like this video if you want to see more. I'll be posting more as usual, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.